Hey everybody, this is Soul with TGN and Despair Gaming. This is my second Black Hole speedrun video. This time I have my first level 50 character, which was the Sith Inquisitor, and I have been lightning spec since the game launched. Love the tree, love the spells. The only problem is that all the graphics kind of look the same. It's also a very soft class. You're very squishy. You're a glass cannon. Already picked up the dailies moving to scan for the Imperials. There's more people in the black hole when I made this video, which makes it more difficult because even with only 15, 14 people, you can see that scanning the room brings up a lot of negative hits because they've already been scanned. They take a minute to reset. But I managed to pick them up though, going back to the terminal to turn them in. Easy 7k credits. Heading upstairs to pick up the area quest and to start on the rest of them. With the Lightning Sorcerer, it's all about procs, it's all about quick DPS and burning the other people down. You see that I have my name really big at the top. It's because there's no individual scale for just your buffs yet, so I really wanted to see when my procs are up a lot better than they had it originally at launch. By procs, I mean the instant casting for Chain Lightning, the double time casting for Force Lightning. That's what this class and this tree is all about. With strong to elite mobs, I tend to dot them up first and then do a guaranteed crit on the purple Hadouken, and that's what I call it. I know there's an official name for it, but that's the word I use, what everyone else I know refers to it as. On smaller cluster groups with normal mobs, I usually open up with Force Storm, which has the chance to stun the enemies as I'm casting it. It also has a chance to proc my Instant Chain Lightning. Instant Chain Lightning also has the chance to proc double Instant Chain Lightning, which means everything in the immediate area falls down and takes a nap. I can visually tell when my Instant Chain Lightning is up, because as you see, I am glittering like a disco ball. I'm having some problems finding the right mobs, trying not to. Just a moment ago, I was attacking a group. I didn't even see the other guy around the corner. You'll also see me stop to heal up a lot. This is a very soft class, and even Xalek, my tank, is very soft. Casting another Force Storm, opening it up here. Didn't have a free proc that time, so I'm just spamming my other spells until it comes up. I've been accused of casting only one spell as a Lightning Sorcerer. That's not true. I have a full rotation of about 4, 5, sometimes even 6 or 7 spells, not counting Force Storm, which is the big AoE. They just happen to all look the same. It's all purple lightning. So I'm done with killing the extra mobs. I've killed the droids and the 20 Torvix members. I'm moving on to breaking the ammunition boxes, which light up blue. This might take a while with other people on this area, in this area's questing. The boxes and the mobs are highly competitive. You only really get to not fight other people once you go into the instance areas. Almost had a box, other guy already had it. Lost my Chain Lightning, which was actually was hoping to use. I usually try to use them as soon as they're up. So I'm gonna come in here, stun one, break the box, and then start casting an AoE. I always try to attack the boxes first because someone will come up behind you if the area is full and gank them from you. They will steal the boxes from you if you're not paying attention. Stunning this elite droid here, and then I'm just going to work on it. From what I've heard, Xalek had a problem tanking. Kimval is the better tank when it comes to the Sith Inquisitor. It's just that Xalek also gets my hand-me-down, so he's in full Kalumi right now, while I'm in pieces of Ricotta. Also, Kimval had a problem when the game first launched that you could not turn off his AoE. So when I was first playing, I used Whirlwind a lot to CC because I wasn't very strong, but he would always break it. Not really sure if they fixed that. I'm hopeful that they did, but I haven't used Kimval since. Once I got Xalek, I pretty much switched my tanks, and I'm pretty good at keeping the companions that I level with. Running into a fight, I always try to put up my bubble. I always try to put up a bubble on Xalek too if I think the fight needs for him to have a little extra defense. I'm not a healer. I do have healing spells, but they're really slow. They're not that strong. I don't have the Sorcerer AoE healing since I'm not spec'd into it. Moving on to an instance quest, this is the radiation one. This is where you have to kill the mobs, hit the panel, and inject yourself with this blue juice to keep you from dying of what I can be considered only as AIDS in the water. Maybe that's a little graphic. Maybe I shouldn't say AIDS in the water, but it's really bad. Going around the corner, stunning the normal with just a shock, and then working down the stronger mob, hitting the panel and grabbing more. Doing the same for this one, opening up with a already instant cast chain lightning, killing off the smaller mob and working down on the big one. I said I'd talk more about specs in the next video I did after I did my bounty hunter one. The Madness spec is a high DPS spec as well. It's about dots, but they don't do as much damage in cluster groups or doing trash in a raid as the lightning spec. The Madness spec works better on bosses because it's a damage over time and not bursts. I think this is a more fun spec. I haven't tried the Madness spec, but there are other sorcerers in my guild who are Madness spec, and we've had our discussions. Without really the combat log, there's no direct comparison. We have to go in and turn on the parser and everything. For this one, I tried to run across with my last little tick of that injection, and it didn't work. So I just died, I just reset, I came back. Gonna turn these two in real quick, and then head right back out. Eating that repair bill of like 500 credits, not a big deal. I also see this guy floating. If anybody else saw that, let me know. Hopefully it was just a graphic thing and not the guy was actually floating. This thing has already been paneled, so I'm going to sit here and dance with Xalek for a couple of seconds. Why not? There's nothing else to do. Jumping into this one, I shielded Xalek because I think he needed the extra buff for this. I didn't really feel like stopping to heal after this fight. Getting behind it because this thing does shoot an area with the blaster rifle. It's always good, even as a range, never to stand directly in front of anything if you can help it. The Lightning Sorcerer also rarely runs out of force. We have a talent in our tree that regenerates force as long as you're casting a certain spell. It's the basic lightning spell, the lightning strike spell. As long as you're casting that, you automatically get a buff, I believe up to 3 ticks that regenerate your force. If you notice, even though I'm spamming a lot of spells here, you won't see my force drop below 50%. Only time it drops if I'm spamming Force Storm and not doing a rotation, or if I'm trying to off heal, which all of my heals drain a lot of force from me because I'm not spec'd into it. Getting my 4th out of 5 supplies for this final daily here. Stopping to heal up Xalek because I ignored him for a bit. His health does go down pretty fast, so it's good to keep an eye on him. Grabbing the last one, I think I'd stop to pull up my talent tree. This is my talent tree for the lightning. I'm 31 points in, 7 points in menace, and 3 in corruption. I got the top tier, I got the extra range. The only ones I didn't really stop to get was at the bottom second one is increasing your force. I didn't need it because my force doesn't really go down. Decided to run up here, but I thought this is my last one. I might as well just hearth out. So I'm back at the base. This is Stole with Despair Gaming. Follow me on Twitter at SWTOR or follow me at my gaming community at despair-gaming.com. This is Stole with TGN and Star Wars. Leave comments. I always try to answer them. Thanks for watching.